So today again I like to discuss this Cauchy-Riemann condition, which is very important for the complex number in order to determine the analytic function. Analytic function, the similar type of concept was used in thermodynamics as well for discussing of uh, exact function, inexact function, perfect function, imperfect function, and other type of the point function and path function. Similarly, here it is the analytic function and non-analytic function. So there are some condition for the analytic function, and the conditions are in two format: one for Cartesian coordinate system, other for the polar coordinate system. In Cartesian coordinate system, if there is a z plane, complex plane, and this z plane is expressed as xy, suppose this one is a z plane, this is a z plane, so x-axis and y-axis, and any point P has the coordinate x and y, then the z, complex number z, is expressed as x plus iy. Then the analyticity is defined as the function fz is said to be analytic as if fz is expressed as uxy plus I vy xy, then it is analytic if del u by del x is equal to del b by del y, and del u by del y is equal to minus del b by del x. So this one is known as analytic condition. If this condition, these two conditions are satisfied by any function fz, then that function is termed as analytic function in Cartesian coordinate system. This is Cartesian coordinate system. For the polar coordinate systems, that is when complex number z is expressed as z is equal to r into e raised to the power I theta, where r is this point, this is the origin 0, 0. So from origin to this particular point, the radial distance is r, and it makes angle theta from x-axis. So the coordinate, polar coordinate, is expressed as p r comma theta. So p r comma theta, in this polar coordinate, the complex z is expressed as r into e raised to the power I theta, where e raised to the power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. Exponential terms, that is e raised to the power I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So where r is equal to, this r is equal to under root of x square plus y square, and theta is tan inverse y by x, y by x. So what we'll find, x is equal to, this x is equal to r cos theta, and y is equal to r sin theta. And now the function fz is expressed as u in terms of the polar coordinate r theta plus I v r sin theta. Then if this one is the expression of the function, then analytic function can be expressed as u theta du by dr is equal to 1 by r dv upon d theta, and d and 1 by r 1 by r du by d theta is equal to minus dv by dr. So these are the two conditions. These are the two conditions for the polar coordinate, and we have to show this one is condition. For the analytic condition, take this r square, take r square is equal to x square plus y square. So dr by dx means if you differentiate this function, if differentiate, that is 2r into del r by del x is equal to 2x. So del r by del x is equal to 2x by 2r. So 2 cancel, this is x by r. And if we like to differentiate with respect to y, so this is 2r del r by del y is equal to 2y. So del r over del y is equal to 2y by 2r. So 2 cancel. This is y by r. This is y by r. So we find del x d r by dx is equal to x over r. X is equal to r cos theta upon r. So this is cos theta. This is cos theta. And del r by del y is equal to y over r. This is y over r. So r sine theta over r, that is sine theta. This is your sine theta. Now for theta, theta is tan inverse y by x, or tan theta is equal to y by x. So if you differentiate, this one is, so differentiation of tan theta is sec square theta del theta by del x is equal to minus y by x square, minus y by x square. So this sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to 1 plus y by x whole square. This is, so this is x square plus y square by x square. This is r square by x square. So we find that del theta by del x is equal to minus y over sec square theta into x square. That is minus y sec square theta is, this is r square over, this is r square over x square, and here it is x square, so x square cancel, this is y by r square. And this y is equal to minus y is equal to r sine theta over r square. So this square cancel, this is minus sine theta over r. This is del theta by del x. Now del theta by del x, for del theta by del x, here it is for del theta by del x. Now for del theta by del y, we consider the same sec square theta del theta by del y is equal to 1 upon this is x, 1 upon x. Tan theta is 1 upon x. So r del theta by del y is equal to 1 by sec square theta into x, and sec square theta is r square by x square. So this is x square upon r square into x. So x cancel. This is x by r square. X is equal to r cos theta upon r square. So this r cancel. This is cos theta by r. So this is cos theta by r is nothing but dy by d theta. And d theta, so what we find in this way, d theta by dx is equal to minus sine theta by r, and d theta by del y is equal to cos theta by r. We have these two conditions. So we can express these conditions in the way that is, when we take this del u by del x. Del u by del x is del u by del r into del r by del x plus del u by del theta by del x, because u is function of u of r theta. So substituting this value del x by del r by del x, so del u by del r into del r by del x is, this is cos theta minus del u by del theta, and this del theta by del x. So this is sine theta over r. This one is some particular equation. That equation is say 1. Similarly, we have del u by del y, del v by del y. You see, first condition if we satisfied, this is del v by del y. So this is del v by del r and del r by del y plus del v by del theta by del y, and v is r theta. So the value del v by del r into del r over del y is sine theta plus del v by del theta into cos theta by r, and this is equation 2. Similarly, we can have du by Similarly, we can have del u by del y and del v by del x. From the analytic condition, we have what we have this del u by del x is equal to del v by del y, del u by del y. So substituting the value, the values from equations 1 and 2, we have what we have, that is this whole factor. This whole factor is del u by del r cos theta minus del u by del theta sin theta by r is equal to del v by del r sin theta plus del v by del theta into cos theta upon r. Cos theta upon r. This one is the condition from the 1 and 2. Similarly, we can have the other conditions as well. That is, from this can be, say, equation 3. The other conditions are other condition is given as del u by del y is equal to minus del v by del x. Del v by del x. And again, making a partial differentiation of the u in terms of r theta. You can say r theta, here r theta. Then we find del u by del r into sin theta plus del u by del theta into cos theta by r is equal to del v by del r is cos theta minus plus del v by del theta sin theta upon r. This is equation 4. Now, by multiplying equation 3 by cos theta and add to equation 4 by multiplying sin theta, and then we get del u by del r is equal to 1 by r del v by del theta. and by multiplying equation 3 by sine theta and add to equation 4 by multiplying cos theta. So you will get del u by del theta is equal to minus r del v by del theta. Del v by del theta. So these two conditions are the analytic conditions for the function in the polar coordinate. So these are the testing mode. You can test any number and then you find the function is analytic or non-analytic. So in this way, we have two conditions of two type of function, Cartesian function as well as polar functions regarding the analytic function. Now another is harmonic function. Another is harmonic function. The function satisfy the Laplace condition are called harmonic function. Harmonic functions. That is, if fz is equal to uxy plus ivxy is analytic function, then under Cauchy-Riemann's conditions, Cauchy-Riemann conditions, del u by del x is equal to del v by del y, and del u by del y is equal to minus del v by del x. Assuming u and v have continuous second order partial derivatives. We can differentiate the above analytic conditions with respect to x and y, that is del 2u by del y del x is equal to del 2v by del y square, and del 2u by del x del y is equal to minus del v del 2v delta x square. Equating the right hand sides, we have which implies this one is this way, or this is 0. This is 0, or del square v is equal to 0. Thus, v is harmonic function. What is the Laplace condition? The Laplace condition is del square v is equal to 0. This is the Laplace condition. And this Laplace condition is satisfied in this case. So this function is said to be harmonic function. Otherwise, it is non-harmonic function as well. So the harmonicity, if the harmonicity is there, then we can also call it as a function which is, that is, the finding is, if harmonic function u and v satisfy Cauchy-Riemann's conditions, then u plus iv is an analytic function. So the two things are connected. First, harmonic function and satisfy Cauchy-Riemann condition, then that function is analytic function. If f of z is equal to u plus iv is analytic function, then v is called harmonic function of u. So, so this is the harmonicity. This is the harmonicity. And the third point is the functions u and v are called conjugate harmonic functions to each other. That is analytic function, then u is the harmonic function of v. That is, u is also harmonic function of V, and that's why it is called conjugate function. So in this way there is a test of harmonicity of the function, and with this one. Now we can take several examples. That is, in short, we take this example 1. If fz is equal to z inverse, that is 1 by z, then so that it is harmonic function. Solution: consider f of z is 1 by z, that is 1 by x plus iy, that is x minus iy, by making x plus iy x minus iy. So this is x minus iy upon x square plus y square, that is x, that is f of z is x square plus y square minus I y x square plus y square. Then u is equal to x square plus y square, and v is equal to minus y x square plus y square. So the del u by del x is equal to del v by del y, and del u by del y minus del v by del x. Hence f of z inverse is analytic. So this is the simple part that we have